DJ, you go crazy.
DJUTV, let them know who we got in the building.
Oh, what's up? This your man COLDHARD Yakadoshes, hey, COLDHARD from Crucial Conflict. You dig? What's happening, baby? Shouts out to everybody in the game.
COLDHARD, what's up, OG?
Hey, man, you know, I'm just chilling, man. You know what I'm talking about? Working, you know what I'm saying? Injured right now, but you know what I'm saying? I still got that stride. I'm still choking in it, you know what I'm saying? Me and my man K-Easy Grease, you know what I'm saying? We've been laying some projects down together, you know what I mean, lately. Right. You know, some real fast stuff, and we got some brand new Crucial Conflict stuff that's stupid than a motherfucker, you know what I mean? Yeah. But really just trying to get on another level with how things are now. Because you know the game is so far different at this moment right now. Yeah.
Well, welcome to DJUTV, man. I appreciate y'all coming with y'all old school pimpin' spirit tonight. You know what I mean? It's the first on DJUTV.
Actually, it's the new school pimpin' spirit. Okay. This 2022.
Type shit, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If it was the old school pimpin' spirit, I promise you I'd have came in here with a mink dragging the damn floor with some shoes on that's unbelievable to look at. Like, man, what in the hell is them? You know? Yeah, you know the old school P's beat it to the bullets. Yeah. 12 platform shoes, you know, boots come up to here, tight. You know, yeah, man, but they have my money in there, motherfucker be laughing at them, but them same people you laughing at, walk out the building and go get in the brand new Rolls motherfucking Rice. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, yeah, but this new school, pimpin' looking, but old school niggas.
That's what's up, man. Tell us about your upbringing here in Chicago. What side of Chicago are you from?
West side of Chicago, man. Born and raised, you know what I mean? Born at 9:30 at night. You dig? Makes me a child of the night, you know what I mean? West side all my life, you know what I mean? I ventured the whole city though as a kid growing up. You know, I couldn't stay on the block. You know, I needed to see the rest of the world, or the rest of the neighborhood, as you would call it. I remember ditching school in like 3rd grade, me and my homie Charlie Parham. We ditched school and, you know, rode our bikes the whole day. I think we rode about, you know, like probably 8-9 blocks further than where we used to go and thought we was far ahead. You know what I'm saying? But I always wanted to be able to go everywhere, you know what I'm saying? So growing up, I kind of checked out every side of the town, you know what I'm saying? South side, the hundreds, you know what I mean? Over east, north side, way north. You know, Evanston. I just started getting around, checking stuff out, man, you know. And shit, them early 90s started kicking in, you know, because in the 80s, I'm a shorty. You know what I'm saying? You can't be nothing but bad or good as a shorty in the 80s, you know what I'm saying? You either stealing big wheels bikes or you know, you going to school or you're what they call a Boy Scout, and the boy, you know, when they teach you, give you a knife and all, you know, show you how to build a campfire and all that stuff there, but I never into none of that, you know what I mean? But I'm a West Side motherfucker, man.
For sure. Can you tell us where you got your name from, COLDHARD? Not COLDHARD, but COLDHARD.
On the real side. To me, the world was always like a cold place. It's cold, you know how quick shit can happen, you know? And it's hard, man. It's hard in the motherfucker, no matter if you on top, on the way to the top, in between the top, or at the bottom. It's hard. And I'm a product of the world. You dig? So I'm COLDHARD, man, you know what I'm saying? I actually got the name COLDHARD from a cartoon I used to watch when I was a shorty called the Care Bears, on the real. There was a villain on there that used to always be talking about freezing the world and different stuff like that. Professor COLDHARD, you know. So I was thinking about it, you know, like as being a rapper, you know, I'm gonna have to have a good name to be a rapper. At first I tried out the Corey C. You know what I'm saying? I was like, no, man. You know, I can't bust out that, you know. The MC Cole, you know, and I came with the COLDHARD lick, like, I'm gonna stick with that. And I used to rap with these cats on the block and beatboxing and stuff, you know. For real.
That's what I used to do back then, beatbox on the block.
I started beatboxing first, you know, before I got the rap spirit, because I wanted to be a rapper, but I didn't know how to be it. I didn't know how to make no rap, how you create it or whatever. My sister won some tickets off the radio to a Run DMC concert in Rosemont. This like 86, you know. She took me. I thought she was gonna take her boyfriend, but she took me, you know. And we had good goddamn seats, you know what I'm saying? And goddamn it, I got to see Run DMC now. And the Beastie Boys, you know. Like, man, that was it. That was it, Joe. You know, like, but I still couldn't put rap in rap form, you know what I'm saying? Because I was listening to the Fat Boys, the Skinny Boys, like Human Jock Box, you know, they had them beatboxing it. It was a radio station up here in Chicago, you know, WKKC, and there was another radio station, WNUR, you know, like it was little stations, and I would be hearing that New York stuff too, Schoolie D and UTFO, you know. I started hearing all that stuff, and I started, you know, trying to rap like them at first, but couldn't put they rap stuff together. So I just used to do they stuff, you know what I'm saying, to build up, knowing how to say it, you know, like UTFO and them was, yo, can't you go? What's up, man? Think of that girl they call Roxanne. She's so stuck up. Why you say that? You know, I felt like that was easy now. I could do that, you know. But then you flip it. Now she was walking, you know, he had a whole story. That's what was happening then, stories. And then, you know, I used to be pop locking off Curtis Blow, you know. That hip hop, it arrived in me, man. Yeah. From dancing, break dance, went to the show scene, Beat Street and breaking. They was the double feature. And when breaking went off, I was amazed. And during, you know, it's an intermission before the second movie. Man, everybody was in there battling, man, in front, you know, people spinning on their back, spinning on their head, you know what I'm saying? Then Beat Street came on. It was over. You know what I'm saying? I thought I was the nastiest breakdancing little dude, you know. But the little dude, so I had all those different things at the same time that was influential. You know what I'm saying? My sister boyfriend was on the block, they could rap. They had songs called Gates of Hell and all. I went and wrote me a rap to it. That's how I got in, that's how I started being able to rap. Because I was beatboxing anyway in grammar school, and you know, get in the corner and, you know, beatboxing. But it was dudes at school that could rap, and I was like, no, I want to do that right there. I'm running out of wind, you know. I can't breathe, you know. But I used to dance, you know what I mean? I did all of them, man. My auntie used to take me to basement parties in the 70s, man. To babysit me, man. So, you know, 7 years old, 8 years old, man, I'd be in the middle of the floor dancing off that disco shit. Then my friends could DJ, you know, all kind of shit. My cousins, it was like multiple goddamn influences. Then LL Cool J, Jesus Christ! You know what I'm saying? Like it was, man, Jesus. You know, please. LL Cool J came out, man, and things weren't the same. And then I was old enough to go to parties at night. And you can hear Cool Mo D had a song, Go See the Doctor, talking about getting burnt. You know what I'm saying? And Heavy D was real heavy. The overweight lovers in the house. You felt like you was somebody when you was listening to that. Eric B. and Rakim, you only heard that in nightclubs. That wasn't popping on no radio stations. You only heard that at the skating ring or one of the clubs that stay open to 1 o'clock or something like that. Yeah. And man, I'm just hearing all this different music, man. Too Short, you know. He came out in like 84 or something, you know what I'm saying, 85, you know. He had shit you was hearing, man. Nasty stuff. Luke, oh man, you know, hey, we want some pussy, you know. Top dog. Then Ghetto Boys and Eazy-E, you know, when Eazy-E came out, like he changed the whole world. The whole world just was different right then. And everybody got a chance to change the world. Each one of them people I named had something to do with changing the world with that music. Scarface was in that group, Ghetto Boys, you know what I'm saying? And that was very influential. They was talking about the streets and, you know, how the police and, you know, different the poverties and different stuff. They were speaking on that. The old schoolers did that too. Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five and all, and they was talking about the ghetto life and the singers from back then, Rick James. Everybody was talking about the ghetto, man, you know what I'm saying? And shit, I lived in it. You know what I'm talking about?
And guess what?
World influential, man.
Guess who else changed the game? You did.
Oh man, I ain't
with Crucial Conflict.
Oh, you better
y'all
believe
did
it.
some
We ain't
amazing
get there
listen,
yet.
man. Y'all done
get there yet.
That's what I was getting to next. I was going to tell you thank you. You know what I'm saying? Because I heard them naming all these different artists. I heard them naming all these different artists from these different regions, you know, and I was thinking about, well, you know, we was having Crucial Conflict, Do or Die, Twister, in Chicago, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, nowadays Chicago is, you know, notarized for the drill culture, you know?
Yeah.
But when we thought about Chicago back in the 90s, we thought about Twister rapping fast as hell.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying? We thought about Hey in the middle of the barn, you know? So can y'all tell us how did Crucial Conflict come together?
Hey man, like it's a long story, but my part of it I can get out fast.
Right. How did you become a part of it?
For one, we had known each other already, you know. I didn't know never, but I had met a while before.
And to let the viewers know, Crucial Conflict was a 3-man team?
No, Crucial Conflict was a 4-man team and then a 5-man team, you know, like 9 of us, man.
Okay.
In the early 90s, Wild Style and Kilo and Gino and Tony, they were Crucial Conflict. And, cause I was in jail, you know what I'm saying? They were Crucial Conflict and they gave me a shout out on the back of their album. My auntie sent it to me in jail and I seen my name on the back of their album, you know. And I could hear them on WNUI in jail, you know. And Jesus, that, you know, that was a great feeling for them to give me some notoriety. You know, even though we had knew each other from the neighborhood, KTM parties, you know, KTM, which is, you know, on Kildare and Thomas. These guys had a basement over there where they used to throw parties in there and people would perform like it was, you know, showcasing and stuff like that. And we used to be down there rapping, freestyling, different stuff like that. And I had went to jail, you know. When I got out, you know, I had seen him out one day and we was talking and he was still rapping. Kilo was in Texas. You know, I was fresh out, still living with my mama, you know, while I was presenting different music to me and stuff like that, and let me hear different stuff. And I just used to hang around them and Kilo came back and we just ended up hanging together. Never stayed in the same neighborhood where I was staying at. He was a hustler, you know what I'm saying, but could rap real good, you know. Everybody knew everybody for knowing how to rap, you know what I'm saying? Even though we had different walks of life. Okay. We did different nations and everything, you know what I'm saying? But it was a same neighborhood kind of the hands end thing, you know, because we was from different avenues of life. You know, Wild and Kilo and them had a certain life over here. Never was a shorty growing up with a different type of life. And me, myself, I was young and having some difficulties in life, you know, as a teenager, you know. So I ended up rapping for one of my friends, Cleves. He had been dealing with some guys from Pocket Town. He had been dealing with some guys from Pocket Town out south. He came to me one day and said, "Hey man, I know somebody that be paying for people to write them songs, man." And I said, "Man, get out of here, man." He said, "I'll fly to you to New York. You know, and we can go down there and you can write." I'm like, "Get out of here." He booked me a flight. You know what I mean? I went to New York. I was down in New York for about 2 months. You know, writing songs for soundtracks and different stuff like that, and recording. I got a call from Wild Style from Chicago and said, "Man, come fly back down with us. Let's go down to California, man. We finna go about 9 deep." You know what I mean? It was deep. I flew back to Chicago, flew down to California. Had the time of my life. I mean, Eve, you know, being a shorty, and we in Cali for the first time, and we running into all these people that we seen on television, you know. When we first get off the plane, you know, and get in the hotel we was staying in, I seen Heavy D across the street. I was super geeked up. You dig what I'm saying? We ran into the Biggie in the lobby, you know, with Faith and all them. Like, damn, the big homies with the juicy joint, you know. Craig, Matt, and I bumped into Rakim on the elevator, and I knew it was some stuff changing then. I kept running into entertainers.
Right.
Since I was a shorty, I was running into somebody famous. Mm-hmm. When I was 10, I seen Michael Business. You know, and he tapped me on the shoulder. You know, like, I kept running. I ran into Too Short at a concert when I was about 17, you know what I'm saying? And I just kept bumping into entertainers, you know what I'm saying? Get all the way to 94. I'm with the flick now. And we traveling places and we trying to come in the game, man. Wild and them got a spot already, you know, which we had later on called The Barn before I was in the group, or me and Never was in the group. Called it The Barn, you know, because after we started getting into that type of style of music, we then labeled it that. But they had the spot to record that stuff good at, where, you know, opposed to where my other guys I was recording stuff with. They had good stuff too, but the sound, it wasn't like this. I had good music over here from this guy, but Wild Style music was super genius to me. Like, all the stuff he was doing was like a thief. I had been writing to his stuff for a lot of years, we ended up being around each other a lot. And when we went to California again, we was rapping and we kept rapping with each other. We stayed in Cali for a little while. We got back. Ended up being Crucial Conflict. Me and Never, we ended up being in the group. You know what I mean?
So it's a group of y'all.
Yeah.
Like a whole group. So it was like, was this like the Chicago version of the Wu-Tang?
I won't want to put it in that kind of category. I just would like to say that before me and Never was in the group, two of the younger guys was in the group too, but they were younger guys, you know what I'm saying? Like 6 and 9, they started off in Crucial Conflict as real live shorties.
Okay.
So they still was getting their career on and education and stuff like that there. And we got together with Crucial Conflict.
Okay.
And we started making them songs, man, and we started shopping the deals. We with Shorty Capone, and he had access to damn near everybody, you know what I mean? When Suge Knight and then we went down to California.
The real Suge Knight?
Yeah, the real Suge Knight.
Okay.
We was down there with Suge Knight and them, and we went to the Source Awards with them, man. And
was that the night when he was talking about coming to Death Row?
No.
It wasn't that night.
That's before that, because we wasn't in the game yet. This just being able to get around a motherfucker like this, you know what I'm saying? But we happened to get that privilege to get around them because of Shorty Capone. Okay. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And shit, we end up becoming friends. We ended up becoming friends. And shit, we got to see a lot of great shit, man.
Yeah.
I'm talking about some phenomenal shit, man. And after witnessing how they do it, we came back to Chicago and formed the alliance. Mm-hmm. Started calling the label Raw Dough Records, and label our goddamn studio, The Barn, and start calling out Western songs and shit, you know what I'm saying? Titles to songs, and that shit blew up. Unexpectedly. We had a good feeling that it would touch an audience, but we didn't know that shit was gonna blow up that fast or do that. We didn't. Right. Just imagine being a young motherfucker that just end up being famous. Mm-hmm. Man, that shit be fucking people up.
They do.
I'm trying to tell you.
They fuck more when they get old.
They fuck people up, man, because, a lot of people like to say in your 20s you be grown and all that shit. Man, I'm 22 years old, I'm grown. Man, you don't be grown yet. You don't be grown yet. And when you start getting money and shit in your hand that you ain't had before you can have, man, what the hell, who know what the fuck to do with it? Everybody a dropout, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know how the game go, man, you know what I'm saying? You get in something that you don't know everything about, you know what I mean? But it gets you somewhere. You end up going around the world. You take the little dusty shit you had that you know what I'm saying, and go out on the road. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And you don't know it's gonna be like that. You don't know who you in concert with neither. You dig what I'm saying? Your first concert out of town, you in the lineup with Nas, Ziggy Marley and the Melody Makers, Tribe Called Quest, the Fugees. Cypress Hill. This your first out-of-town concert, and you in the concert with them. They're the biggest people in the motherfucking world. You know what I mean? Like, I'm looking at them on TV. I'm charged up. I'm a fan of them. Now I'm backstage with them. I'm finna rap after them. They finna go on stage before me? You lying. That's Busta Rhymes, you know. That's how it is, man, I'm telling you. You end up in another state and the other people that's famous already, you end up with the bow. You right there with them already. Your song did that. You didn't know it was, though.
Right.
You didn't know it was.
Right.
And then you get overseas, you see all them other people that can't speak English singing your shit.
Mm-hmm. Can you tell us one of your craziest stories with Crucial Conflict?
Because all them motherfuckers crazy. I'm telling you, man, we had a great goddamn time. The 90s was the golden era of hip hop, man. It's not like it is now. It's like people shooting each other. It's like, man, like, it was always street niggas in the game, period. We street niggas, you know. But we didn't never have no fucking problems with nobody. Nowhere. You know what I'm saying? We went, every state it was, man, with no problems. We get all the way around the country and come back on the home for, you know, one of the last shows. We back in Illinois, like out by Rockford somewhere, and catch some static. You know, you it's crazy. We done went out to the children state. We've been out down south. We've been, you know, we've been New York City, Seattle, Washington. We've been all over that, man. Everywhere. I can't just keep popping states out. But it's everywhere, you know. Get back to Illinois and get a small problem, you know. But it was handled immediately, you know, like it wasn't nothing that was able to scar under nothing. But you know, it was, you know, yeah, we getting static, we by the crib. What the fuck, y'all should be charged up, you know? All this that gang shit. I forgot, it's some of that shit we saying on our album, you know, that some people don't understand, and they taking it personal. Oh, see how this shit work now. Oh, this is when keeping it real goes wrong. You dig what I'm saying? We so busy trying to let a motherfucker know we real that you awaken the real motherfuckers too. Or the ones that, well, I'm a real motherfucker too. How real is you? I want to see how real you is, man. Then, you know, they hear that other shit. Man, them niggas think they tough. And then, you know, damn, you looked big on TV, man. You know, you know, all kind of shit. Now, we went around the world with no security, player. None. So sometimes we used to have to walk through the audience to get to certain stages. I'm talking about all out of San Bernardino, California, everything. I mean, yeah, it's real gang bangers around the world. You know what I'm saying? You got to walk through some of that. You dig, and you hear everything. Bitch ass niggas, pussy motherfuckers, they will kill y'all niggas. Don't get caught. Snatch his chain, Joe. You hear everything walking through the audience, but the Lord didn't let nobody do nothing to us. You know what I'm saying? Nothing never happened to us. You know what I'm saying? And after we got off stage, shit, everybody loved us. Man, we love y'all. I can't believe y'all. They was just cussing us out walking in. After we got off stage, hey, man, hey, I'm sorry. I was hating on y'all, but to hate, the word hating, yep, that wasn't even out yet.
That word
I'm talking about them players from Oakland, they kicked off that word, players hating.
Hating.
Yeah. That word went out. The people was just saying jealous.
Okay.
They jealous-hearted. You know what I'm saying? But we from Chicago. You know, we got a different kind of lingo than other people. You know what I'm saying? And they call people one thing. You know, hey, you know, everybody got a different kind of talk to you name. Like, what's up, Joe? You know, everybody in Chicago is Joe. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Joe? Hey, Joe, what's happening? Or, hey, Charlie? Right. You know, you them two names in Chicago, Joe or Charlie. Man, Charlie, I gotta go home. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Joe, straight up. Damn, Joe.
This before we had phone now.
Way before
Joe was phone now.
Way before phone now. That wasn't the way we spoke. Or we addressed people by nations. What up, folks? Right. What up, Lord? Right. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what's cracking with you, John? Hey, I'm good, player. What up, C? Hey, what up, Fo? You know. What's up, T? You know, you get called by your nation. Right. You know what I'm saying? It went from that to people saying, what's up, Flick? That's so crucial there. You know, what up, Flick? Hey, there go the Flick, Joe. You know, it went like that, man. I'm telling you. Next thing you know, we doing concerts everywhere on the planet. You know, here come the next year. We still doing concerts from the year before. Here come 98. We got a new album out. Now we on TV doing stuff. You know what I'm saying? Big broadcasters, you know? The MTVs, the Teen Summits, Rap Cities in the basement before the other basement started with Tig and them. You know, when them other players was on top at the time, you know what I'm saying? Then Tupac came home, and it was just really a great time, man. It was fantastic. Jay-Z and them started blowing up, man, off that Knock the Hustle joint. 96 was fire, man. I'm telling you. Yeah, 96 was serious. 96, 97, 98, 99, and 2000, like to 2005, man, it was just smoking, man.
Yeah, it was lit.
I'm telling you, it was smoking, man. But I'm telling you, after 09, good Lord, have mercy.
It was over after that.
What?
It was over.
Hey, man, after 09, it started getting where you didn't want it to get. You did. The fun starting to go away.
So what I want to ask you next is, what's the biggest difference with Chicago's music scene now versus what it was back then?
You know what? I don't think they having a good time, man. You know, the music scene then was hustling, trying to make it. You know what I'm saying? And everybody was cool, man. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't nobody into it with each other and none of that shit like that. When no motherfuckers getting killed or none of that type of shit. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers is dying, man. You know, that's some sad stuff to me. That the same thing I love so much. You know, you got a chance to be great in it, but you went to war the minute you became famous. That's kind of backwards. You know, when you get in the game, we used to get in the game to be stars, and we was in the game to make money, to feed families. You know what I'm saying? We was already fathers and stuff. You know what I mean? We already was, you know, taking care of families and stuff like that. We was in the game like that. You know, we wasn't buying a whole bunch of guns and showing them off or none of that type of stuff, you know. Then, you know, Wasn't no social media. And I'll tell you what we've been doing, the social media was out there. You know, I ain't gonna lie, 'cause we was young too. You know. But it was guys that was like that. You know, low key, we probably was like that. You know what I mean? But when we got in the game, man, you know, when you get to go around the world, man, and people screaming for you and stuff like that, man, and you getting paid to do it, you know what I'm saying? You know, you getting a lot of thousands, you dig what I'm saying? And for the 15 to 16 shows, you know what I'm saying? And 25 shows and tours and shit like that with big old ass dollars and shit. That should be enough to make a motherfucker not want to come back to the crib and fight. Right. You know, when you get your chance to rest, because you don't get none of that shit as a real star, as a real big celebrity. Them people don't sleep at all. You know, we was just big, but other motherfuckers became large. You know what I'm saying? Like Mr. West.
Mr. West?
Mr. West.
Kanye.
You know, the new, well, Ye. That's the coldest shit you ever seen in your life.
That's the coldest shit that ever came out of Chicago?
I ain't saying that's the coldest shit that ever came out of Chicago. I'm saying that's some of the coldest shit you ever seen in your life. Okay. Like, Chicago guys always been some supernatural to the music industry. Something about Chicago birth spiritualistic music. You know, Earth, Wind & Fire recorded their albums here. The Rolling Stones, you know, Muddy Waters, and all the great motherfucking singers made their music here, man. You know, Shy-Lights, you know, but they from here. Yeah. So you know all that.
Don't forget Chaos.
What? Wait, see, look. He is another form of the greatest motherfuckers that came from here first. Yeah. Like Curtis Mayfield and them, Cabrini Green Cotton Projects and Quincy Jones, goddammit. The Audemars, the whole entire goddamn game.
The whole
you
everything.
dig what I'm saying? Yeah, Quincy Jones, I mean, he from a long time ago, but he from this motherfucker. And all of them cold other motherfuckers came and became cold motherfuckers from up here. Exactly. Chuck Berry and them, they came and got blew up from right here in Chicago. So then we had great motherfuckers like Twister. Great motherfuckers like The Brat. Great people like Common. Great people like Do or Die. Crucial Conflict. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Lupe Fiasco. Then you had these young spiritual brothers like Vic Mensa. Yes. Then you have a whole world trendsetter, Chief Keef. Yes. Changed damn near the whole goddamn world. Then you get that other one, Chance the Rapper. Chicago. Bad motherfucker. Had the president voting for him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's some cold shit right there. Little dirt. Cold in a motherfucker. Then we get a motherfucker that goddamn become a billionaire, out get more money than his whole motherfucking everybody. Richest motherfucker on earth right now is black, you know.
That's Chicago.
Hey, he from Chicago.
This Chicago.
Yeah, man. You know, you know, everybody want call people like him crazy and all that stuff. And
no matter how you look at it, back then and now, this is Chicago.
It is, man.
I don't care if it happened 50, 60 years ago.
Yeah.
Right now, today, this is Chicago. So to honor Chicago greatness is a great thing. Never forget that.
Yeah, for sure. And that's what we came to do this night.
Yeah, man. I got love for everybody that ever got a chance to experience international fame or international moving around and making money from going to different countries and seeing different people and hearing different languages and different stuff like that. Like me, I'm gone crazy from that. Cause I did so much stuff, it just run through my head 1,000 times a day. It's like you can't rest. You know, you did all of this stuff. You got a song with R. Kelly? Yeah, I got a song with R. Kelly. You know, and the feeling of everybody loving that. The feeling that everybody still loving Crucial Conflict 26 years later, man. Like the feeling of it is amazing, dog, on the real side. No matter what people gonna think about you, say about you. That life you have lived can't be touched. You know, I'm gonna grow as an old man with a big smile on my face when I'm through with the game. I'm gonna be happy, man. For real, cause that's all left. You know, after you make a whole bunch of money, then what you do? After you buy a whole bunch of businesses and stuff like that, what you do?
What do you?
After you run money, after you just making money, you don't need no more. What do you do?
What do you do? Take care of the family.
So yeah, hey, that's already in the menu. Take care of family. That don't even got to be said. You know that's a mandatory fact. The family gonna get took care of.
Really don't be nothing else to do.
So it won't be nothing else to do. Me, I don't always have something to do.
Right.
I'm gonna always have something to do, Jack. You did? Yeah. For real.
I ain't got the mic on me, but I hope they hear me.
They gonna hear you.
Man, to witness what he's witnessed and to share some of what he's done during this music thing is an amazing thing for this man. You know what I mean? I'm here to spread a little flowers around because you got to remember the COVID situation fucked up the world. And not only fucked up the world, it took my favorite person in the world away from me as well as his. Me and him lost our mom during COVID, right at the beginning of COVID, bro.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, so you would think us as MCs and rappers would affect us to make us stop. No, he called me and motivated me to push forward. They want us to continue. Then we did a song for them and dedication for them.
Yeah.
And then we set out and started giving hand sanitizers, masks, free food to the public. Through Crucial Kids Foundation.
Yeah.
Listen, man, it's so much behind the scenes stuff that y'all don't know about Crucial Conflict and what Crucial Conflict do. They do amazing things and they set platforms for other people to become great at what they're doing. Whether it's music, whether it's producing music, whether it's video cameras and movies. Crucial Conflict played a lot of part in a lot of people's parts of what they're doing right now. So I just want to speak on Crucial, man. I love Crucial Conflict. I love all the artists from Chicago, period. But my most favorite to heart is those that really stick to us as whole and work with us as whole, as Chicago.
Yeah.
And Crucial Conflict does that.
My man.
So that's just me speaking.
Appreciate that, Greg.
Stop it. We do
on the real.
COLDHARD, you got a message to the Chicago youth you can leave for us?
Yeah, man. That'll be different. Be different. Don't be the same. You know what I mean? Be different, man. You know, influence back then was a different kind of influence. It was like a inspirational influence, you know what I'm saying? Influence now ain't like inspirational influence, man. It's only direction at one thing. Nobody don't want to be different. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to look the same. You know what I'm saying? Do the same stuff. You know. I remember one time, man, because I used to wear a lot of jewelry, you know what I'm saying? I remember being in the room and just everybody had on jewelry, like a lot of it. I was somewhere down south, and like everybody just was driven out everybody, you know. And I started thinking about the movie I'm Gonna Get You Sucker. When he said the folks gonna die from overgold, you know. And I started feeling like the same person everybody else was. Like, is this what we going for? You know, for the ad jury and stuff like that, you know. So I toned it down a lot with the jury, you know. I still like watches and stuff like that, but I don't go crazy with it no more, you know what I mean? None of that stuff ain't important, you know. Save your money.
No, it doesn't make you a better artist because you got on 50 gold chains with diamonds.
No.
It's the music for me.
Yeah, and some of the music be good. Even if the music good, because a lot of it is, you know, the new school, they cold, you know, a lot of it is great, you know, and you definitely can't tell nobody how to do what they doing, you know what I mean? You can only hope that one will follow some good instructions, you know what I'm saying? You can only hope that, you know, no matter what you say. But see, me, I'm gonna lead something with young people that's real. If you make some money, save it.
Or invest it, definitely invest it.
After knowing how to,
Yes.
after knowing how to save, you save, you're gonna have some to invest.
True.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Because a lot of youth, the young artists right now coming in the game, they think it happens overnight. And they think if they have 5 or 6 hot songs, it'll take them off. No, you have to invest in your product. You are your product. Invest in self, meaning if you want that song to go, it's going to go as far as you push and promote it, not the next person. It's on you. This is your hard work. This is your sweat and tears, your pen and pad. This is your thoughts. You is as great as your thoughts are when you put them out there. That's all I can say for the youth. So if you're putting them out there to be great, push forward to make it even greater, make it even harder. And you got it.
Even with 30 million people, that you got the challenge with it.
Yes, definitely.
Every artist in the world to keep growing up and everything, you in competition with 30 million people. Everybody grew up and wanted to be a singer, a dancer, or a rapper. This is just something that applies to black blood.
Yeah.
You know, dancing, singing, rapping, playing, but this is just something that's in us. When people keep growing up wanting to be it. And you know, we do got doctors, lawyers, policemen, firemen, like we covered the game on what we can be, black people. We everything right now that we wasn't when I was a kid, you know what I'm saying? We everything now, black people, right? But this one thing, hip hop, it's addictive, man.
Sure.
A baby will get a hold to a song and be singing it, walking around through the house.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And get 13 and be cold, freestyling and everything. 15, got rhymes talking about, you understand me, triple beams, and you did 20, you did in the street for real. 23, he got pistols. And influenced by what he's listening to and feeling like it, or growing up inside the environment that you're hearing about.
And right now you touched on how powerful music is, but that's a whole nother subject and conversation for a whole nother interview, because we'll be talking all night about that, you know what I'm saying?
Believe it, please.
You just broke it down. You really just broke it down. You know what I'm saying? From the baby listening to it as young as however, 5 months. You know what I'm saying? And then he growing up and now he want to be like what he listening to. Yeah. You know, so if he been listening to a guy talk about getting money, that's as soon as he see a couple $20 bills, that's what he want. You know what I'm saying? He listen to a guy that's talking about killing, as soon as he see a gun, that's what he want to do. You know what I'm saying? So That's why I say that's a whole nother, you know? Yeah. That's a whole nother reach, you know?
And when you had a little cap gun when you was the shorty and you played cops and robbers with your cousin, the cap gun had a cap in it. You could make noise with it. Pop.
You just wanted to make that noise.
You used to want to hit somebody when they see him go down.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like you playing cops and robbers on TV, the cop bow. Pop the robber or the robber sometimes. Pop the cop. You know. Everybody turn to what they look at, man.
Yeah. So we just gonna play a quick game of this or that before we get up out of here. Uncle Remus or Harold's?
I don't like neither one of them.
3 6 Mafia or UGK?
Both of them.
Okay. Common or Kanye West?
Both of them.
The Mac or Willie Dynamite? I'm sorry.
Willie Dynamite.
Okay.
And Mac Jr. my man, may he rest in peace, brother.
Good Times or Sanford and Son?
Good time.
Well, okay, what's up? Well, hey, gentlemen, I appreciate y'all coming out here to rock with us tonight, man.
Back, man. You know what I'm saying? I enjoyed my motherfucking self, man.
Yeah.
You know, my player partner told me I was going to enjoy myself over here with y'all, man.
What's them, your Zorro gloves?
No, these them, you know, and you know, just in case, you know how
Cold Hard.
Just in case.
DJUTV, and shout out to Royalty Productions. Gang.
DJ, you go crazy.